Welcome back to Battle Brothers Cornish-Knight's Tale. Me, Cornish-Knight, and Sir Marcus the Brave. Now, we are trying to get our renown up. There's not a lot of work, to be honest. Drive for the brigands at the hidden camp. Yeah, we can take that job. A little bit of money, a little bit of extra pay. So let's run over there and do that. Yeah, we need to basically figure out a way of making some serious monies. Yeah, some slingers, some cutthroats, super straightforward. Yeah, let's just go and get our guys some experience. Apparently they really need it. Okay. Okay. Let's just fill out the herd, or thin out the herd. Go wide. Okay. Okay. That's fantastic. A little bit more experience, never hurt anybody. One second, folks. So, with the folks, okay. Yeah. Get ourselves a bit of experience now because the enemy's defeated pretty much. Run them down. Now we can get some experience in. Okay. Got a nice chunk of experience for my guys. As you can see, the difference between getting they get experience for basically hitting people. Points gained during the battle from fighting and killing opponents. Gain enough points, yeah. So the more they fight and kill, the more experience they get, which is always good to see. Little bit of rubbish. We'll run back quickly and turn it in. I really wanted to go and fight in the arena, but I'm not doing a level 3 combat, especially when it's multi-wave. Okay. because that's just asking for trouble. So sell all of this. The money we have, we can't buy a lot. And I don't want to be buying silk at that price. So let's run back down here and see if they have any half-decent work. Otherwise, you may just traipse out somewhere. Okay, we need to be keeping our renown up, really. Because that is the thing that would depict what we get as a good ending. Okay. This is still level 2. Okay, that's fine. Dozens of men mingle about the arena's entrance. Some stand stoic, not wishing to give any hint of capacity. What do you mean you don't understand? It's just a squiggle line. No, look at this trail, and that's the head. It's a snake. You're fighting 4 snakes. Serpents, the alchemists like to call them. Well, I want to draw a serpent. I draw an alchemist. Haha. He points at some strange-looking collars and continues. Okay. Equip for your men. Okay, so we're basically going up against snakes, which is scary. And there's only 3 of us. It's going to be you. You haven't got the best melee defense, but you would be useful against snakes. The problem is Dave got the ability to pull us out of formation, so it's not going to be great. Okay, the crowd roars and 9 kind of men step into the pit. One would be dumb to confuse excitement for desire, for as soon as the applause ends, in the smattering of beer mugs and rotten tomatoes. The wonder, general giggling delight to those watching the matter. The wonder of knights commemorated the best spent here, but to think hard on the gold and the glory. Okay, let's go. Okay, so it's going to be snakes. Okay, let's get in here. Delay. Okay. Get here. Action surge next turn. You move up. Yeah, another action surge. Okay. Take care of that one. You're fine. The fact that he's getting beaten on by a snake isn't great. Okay. Yeah, you took a bit of damage, not happy about that. Right, even raising the head from the rag of papyrus, the arena master throws you your purse of coin. I heard the crowd and saw your crown. I heard the crowd and hear your crowns, but you come and visit the pits again. The arena will be closed for the day. Okay. Yeah, man, like you, we need to get some stuff up for you. Like you're just getting kicked in the head constantly at the moment. It's not great. Okay. Let's camp a little bit. Okay, so they got like no work. Okay. This is a long slog to get there, so let's go. Unless the arena is back open. Is the arena back open? Okay, not open again for the day. Okay. Got to head north. Look like hyenas. Might have been bandits. Could have been bandits. Okay. We need to be keeping our renown going up. So, along the road, you come across a man holding the reins of a lanky horse whose mangled mane has seen better days. The horse has a grey beard forming, and it's got a dry, cleft lip, smacking desperately for water. Seeing you, the owner waves. Come, come. I've a bet to make for those brave and faster men enough. Kirsty asks what the bet is. The man pats the horse, a plume of dust lifting off the pat, and you can see his handprint on the soda. Race the horse. Okay, yeah. Herbert, you race the horse. Yeah, I race the horse. Your wager is made, and the horse only directs you to a path. The race set up. The horse instantly gets a step on the nimble sail sword. Only halfway down the track does the mercenary stamina seem to put him back in the race, but ultimately fails to finish the line. And that was a close one. Close I've ever seen. Okay. And then you nod and pay the man what is owed. Herbert was beaten, but despite that, he seems that the loss has bettered him into some regard, and the company certainly enjoys the spectacle. Yeah, 300 points with a bit more fatigue. That's not too bad. Okay. We've got to swing around in this direction, see if we can get anything out of there. Bunch of nomads. Outlaws are the next level up, if I recall correctly. Okay. Let's grab some supplies. They've got nothing of interest. Armourer. They do have some nice stuff, I am not going to lie. Some very nice stuff indeed. I mean, to be honest, 190 for 22. I mean, we could get the mail haul back, which I think I might actually do, because that's a good price for that. You take the mail haul back, because you're close to leveling up, and we can try and get you some more stamina. That will kill your stamina, unfortunately, which sucks. But we need to be get better gear for people, really. Okay. And it does tank your stamina. Tanks your stamina as well. Okay, let's see if we can get some work. Vagabonds, marauders. Okay, what do we need? Defend from raiding parties. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they've only got the wheat fields to left to defend, so... Let's camp and wait. Okay, to arms. I mean, where are they coming from? Okay. They're going to hit the farms. Okay, we got this. It's night time, so their increased range units won't give them much advantage. Let's try and pivot and take control of this high ground. Okay. Take him in the chest. Yeah, we need to basically grab this high ground from him. Yeah, we're going to aggressively push up this way. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is just divulging to a nasty brewing, like, bludgeoning match. Okay. Okay. So he pushed up and died. Hit. Need to be worried about him. Let's get here. Or at least a hand is going to be bad, but that should help us a tad. Right, the gap is open in the defensive line. Time to jump across and engage. Oh, I forgot he was in a bad position. Okay, we need to get someone in there to support him right now. Okay. Dog saved the day. Have not got a good position to get anywhere. Jump up here. Come on, we just need to hold it a little bit longer. Just need to break their resolve. We are getting really lucky with our rolls. And like these... We are lucky. Okay. You're in bad shape, but you did level up. Yeah. Misshapen men and crooked corpses to the ground of battle, giving the dead no sovereignty over how one comes to their final rest. The body's heads look at most peace, for in battle no man or beast has time to truly hack a neck away. It only comes by the quickest and sharpest of blade swings. As part of you hopes you go to such instant finality, but another part hopes you get the chance to take your killer down with you. Okay, comes to your side and asks for orders. You turn away from the field to tell Knight Killer to get ready to return to Rabbi the Trade Master. Yeah. Okay, so your health-wise not great. Your gear got shredded. Let's level you up. Like, you need... Well, for a start, you need melee defense at this stage because you're constantly getting kicked in the head. Resolve is fine. More stamina and more initiative. What do we need to give you? Yeah, fearsome for you works. Anybody with spears, fearsome is really useful for holding back people with spear wall. So that works. You guys aren't looking great. Let's go back and get paid. Yeah. Get paid in amounts. What's the other job they have for us? Animals, one moment you love them, the next. Okay. Greenskins. Okay. Let's camp and rest. And they're up there. Okay. Let's sell what we have. Oh, I forgot to re-equip my... Oh, I didn't mean to sell that. Oh, well. Oh, well. Let's get our dogs back. I thought we had a dog. No, he had the bone necklace, didn't he? And you had the dog. Okay. You should be healed up by the time you get back. I mean, to be honest, we could throw something on there. What can we get for 18? Let's grab that. Go to him. It's a bit heavy for what I like, 19 for 170. But it should hold. I mean, I'm to be tempted with... Oh, we had to take his gear off. I always hate this bit. Okay, yeah. I mean, his armor isn't great, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to invest and just give him some better gear at this stage. I mean, that's okay. Yeah. Give ourselves a bit of better protection. Yeah. Hit points damage reduced up to 60%, but lowers above 15. Maximum fatigue above 15. And head armors. So you guys are okay, but this is the heaviest you can go without it starting to impact your performance. Okay. Spent a lot of money. I'm okay with that, because it's gone to things that we can use to be beneficial for the cause. Right, we need to get up here and take care of that. It's going to be a long trek, though. And we are going to have to fight orcs, which is always never fun. Who can we get for here? I've been thinking about who to get for our last camp follower. So that's just for footprints. It'd be a shame that it's not for shame that it's not for stuff like locations. Like the agent available contracts and it's the situations tooltips and active situations tooltips elements no matter where you are. That might be actually quite useful to have, especially for later game. Right. Off the beaten track. One thing I would say I'd have liked for this to be, it would have been nice if you could have turned in faction quests to other faction locations. Okay, it's just many young orcs. That's fine. Okay, so we're fighting in marsh. They can't get through here easily. So it's 10 on 12. Which means that if they come around this way, it's a long slog, so they're probably going to swarm around the bottom. Okay. So yeah, we're going to fan out. Ooh, that ground is not great. You guys control this approach. They have to come up through here, so we can have one bloke holding up here without too much issue. You switch over to your great sword. Push here and a hold, please. You're going to be needed down here more than anywhere else, I think. Okay. You don't like throwing javelins, do you? Okay. How can you miss? Now we need to get in here and bail you out. Okay, get here. You can't do anything. You can move in and start tying up. Take him out. Okay, so you got us pinned down here. The fact that you got jumped by a blinking orc is insulting. Okay. Okay. Can't do anything here. Okay, do I actually get a turn now with my guys? Hey, okay. Doesn't even touch. Ah, man. At least we managed to get a solid hit on them. Delay for a second, let's see if we can finish this with a swing. Okay. Acting 7 turns. So I'm to get a delay to get this guy to get some more experience. He desperately needs it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Ash, we've read this before, shame no one's alive. So you've got reached level 10, so you're not going to get any better. You need more stamina. Melee defense is terrible for you. Weapon skill. And higher in the turn order. Got his stamina up a bit. Yeah, let's reduce. He can't take any more feats after this though, which is problematic. But he needs more stamina. Like he desperately needs to get more stamina and be higher in the turn order. So he's level 10. Oh well, when she's level 11, he has one more perk to pick up. Probably the perk we want to pick up for him then is something like Killing Frenzy. 88 stamina. His defense is never going to be great, but relatively fine initiative. Okay. For you, your stamina's okay. More range defense from people throwing stuff at you in the back. His initiative isn't too bad. They may pump up that. Partly for a number of reasons. I mean, like, he's never going to go, like, full heavy armor. But he's never going to be light either. Two-handed melee weapon. Yeah. So for every hit, adds a stack of reach advantage, increase melee defense by up to 5. That's a melee. Bullseye, penalty hit chance. I mean, that is nice as for inflict additional damage, but sustain any injury. Hits to the head are probably the thing we need to worry about, especially with pole-armed weapons. Resilience. Probably something like Recover. Pathfinder is actually quite useful. Learn to move, yeah. This one is nice, but we've got to kill people. We don't get multiple hits normally, so that's not useful. Duelist isn't useful. Battle Forged. Equal to current total armor. Like, the only thing we could do is get him. I suppose we could actually give him some better armor. He's got the stamina for it. And Battle Forged is useful for reducing just damage accumulation. Okay. I mean, he's got all the really nice stuff. Like, he's got Head Hitter, he's got Berserker. That just helps mitigate damage attrition over time. So now we have to run all the way back down here. Fantastic, because you know that's how the real world works. You just can't go to a nearby location and say, hey, we got hired by this bloke. I need to knock over some of these locations, to be honest. Okay. Let's rest for a second. Let the time go faster. You know, they're doing mustering of troops, which means there's going to be little to no any supply left. That's fine. Little to no armors or weapons. Plenty of dogs still, though. Okay. But yeah, let's get turning this and think what we need to do going forward. We've got a good reputation. I'll probably head down and see if there's anything in the arena, and we'll do one last fight in the arena. A fearless comes to you with paper in hand. He slams on the table and says he wishes to enter. You pick up the scroll. Unfurling it so as a local town is hosting a jousting tournament. Man crosses his arms, waiting for your response. You may take a part in it. You agree to let Lirbert the Fearless go to the tournament and want to see it for yourself. You go along too. The jousting tourney crackles with energy as you near it. Squires hurry to and fro, carrying great armfuls of armour and weapons. Some step slowly above their enormous lances hefted over their shoulders. Other men ride very regal-looking horses, many of which wear breastplates decorated with sigils. In the distance, you listen to the brief gallops. Heavy hooves stamp rough sod and lumbering, and then the snapping twang of wood on metal, and cheers erupt. As you look about the festival, a nobleman walks up to you and stops you. Wearing a purse in one hand and a twisted piece of broom straw about the corner of his mouth with the other, he asks if you will make a wager. You ask what for. He nods, pointing towards Luberitz, the Fearless, who is across the mustering point, signing himself into the tournament. Okay, the bet is on. A little bit of gamemanship never hurts, no? Okay. You take your seat amongst the commoners and nobles alike. Only the local lord has us any separate from the riffraff, sitting on the heightened row of the likes of his sons and daughters and various royalty from around the land. Leberet, the Fearless, is up next, a squire helping lead his horse into the jousting lanes, down the battle lines. As Frederick rides onto the field, his horse black, his armour valiant purple with golden trim and tassels here and there. Both he and Leberet, the Fearless, take up their lances, slap down the faceplate of their helmets. A bark shouts their names from the royal box, and the clergyman says a few words about how this was ordained by the gods, and where anybody here to die today, you sit amongst the greatest of men in the next realm, and be remembered with them in this one. And all that said, the two jousters lower their lances and charge before either the bark or the priest can take a seat. Having never been to such an event, you can't help but hold your breath. The two riders barrel down the lanes towards each other. The horses are majestic, their legs in rhythm, their hooves tearing up great clods of earth, their armours glinting sun dots across the crowds as they run, together living in their wake streams of giddy observers and shouting kids and drunks spilling their raised mugs, and young princesses gripping their dresses and wantingly brave princes clapping their hands. And not knowing how it even came to be, you yourself are standing and shouting. So Theodoric struggles to keep his aim steady. His lance bobbles up and down, the point of it wandering in search of a true target. He doesn't find it. Ooh. Leverett, the Fearless lance shatters in the opponent's chest. A proverbial explosion of sawdust and splinters through which ride a horse with no rider. The joust has been driven back over his cantle and clear of the saddle together, coming face down on the battleground with nay a move or breath. A roar bursts from the crowd, an uncorked tempest which you quick to join, drowning your ears in bristling cacophony, swept up in time and place you will never forget. While still celebrating, the nobleman you made the wager comes over and places the purse in your hand. You wish to say a few words, but before you can, he angrily turns and walks off. And on top of that, we get paid. Okay. Fantastic. He's in very good mood. Right, let's quickly rush down here and see if the arena's back open and we can do some quickly. But that was nice. I mean, tournaments, historically, jousting tournaments were so dangerous in the medieval period. Like, just obscenely dangerous. To the point where the local, sometimes the local clergy would basically stand against it and say, look, like, this is just like murder, dressed up in like pageantry, with how many people would die doing tournaments. Because jousting, you've got to remember, like, if I remember correctly, the calculation is something like, if you're in a joust, if you're a knight in full plate armor on an armored horse, it's the same weight. The two forces, because you've basically got your speed, which is about 30 miles an hour, and the other rider and horse, which is about 30 miles an hour, and you've got the accumulated weight of, I believe, something like a Ford Fiesta. So it's basically two Ford Fiestas crashing into each other at 30 miles an hour. It is very, very brutal. Okay, so we've got another arena fight. 3 retired desert bandits, and by retired I mean taken by the Vizier lawman. Of course, no bandit willingly steps foot in here. He points at some strange collars. Okay, yeah, we can take the bandits. So it's going to be you, Sunshine. It's going to be you. And this is just a way to get some nice experience, to be honest. And I'm hoping to improve these 3 guys' standings, because they've actually got decent stats. So let's take the fight. Okay, that's fine. One second, folks. Alright, let's get back to this, folks. So let's get here. Delay. Get him up. Switch you over. Like, chop you. Nasty hit. Yeah, your turn this turn. Brutally finished him off. 3 kills, like just a rain of violence. That was Mighty Fine Stone Crownling. The Arena Master is waiting for you. Would not mind it in the slightest you came back again. Okay. So Sir Marcus leveled up, which is very nice. And a little bit of bonus XP never goes to waste for the others. Now he just gets stat improvements, just flat +1s. His stamina is good, his initiative is never going to be great, so I'm just going to start boosting up his stuff like HP, that kind of thing. He's got that. Like, he can't get any more perks. Yeah. But like, he's pretty much maxed out at this stage, but he still is just a beast. Pit Fighter so far has fought in 3 matches. Yeah. As a player character, if this guy dies, it's all over. And we're getting a nice chunk of renown, which is always lovely to see. to sell off the javelins. I mean, it's not a great price for spice. Problem is, all the stuff down here is super expensive, so I can't actually do the trading ambition that I want to do. Weaponsmith only particularly stands out. That's a nice sword, actually. But besides that, there isn't a lot. Alchemist. The handguns in this game are very nice, but it's just... I never got around to really using them. They were added quite late. A lot of the potions and stuff were added quite late into the game's development. Right, and that's just going to be a simple crowning, sort of comes to ruin my day. Let's talk about payment. Both of the nomads. Okay, that's fine. We can take care of that. But that's for next time, folks. I've been Cornish-Knight. This has been Battle Brothers, Cornish-Knight's Tale, and we are thoroughly making a nice reputation for ourselves. We are gloriously renowned. So I'll see you again next time, folks. Goodbye.